Cody is the head of Bring Up Matt Mervis fan club, but he is certainly not the only one. Our chat on a daily basis is filled with, when is Mervis coming? If somebody goes 0 for 2, then it's really heavy with where's Matt Mervis. So what have you seen from Matt Mervis that excites you about his hopefully soon-to-be future at Wrigley Field?
Can I go with everything?
Sure.
Yeah, he's if you look at the numbers, he's sitting just under 300. The OPS is around 1,000. He's leading the International League of runs batted in. I arguably think that this season, what I'm seeing from him is more impressive than last season. And obviously last season he had the 36, 37 homers. He led minor league baseball in runs batted in. But this year, guys are actually pitching with strategy to him. They're not giving him pitches to hit. They're throwing him 3-1 changeups and 2-2 sliders in the dirt. He can't just take advantage of mistakes and the fact that he's getting pitched differently. And he's still doing this, and he's not striking out. In fact, he's striking out less than he was last year and walking more than he was last year. To be a power hitter and be on pace to hit 35 homers and drive in 130 runs and have as many walks as strikeouts, I'm really impressed. I'm impressed to see him go from at-bat to at-bat. Like, I'll take you back a couple days ago. We were in Buffalo. His first 2 at-bats, struck out swinging, popped out, and then he struck out on a 3-2 changer from Drew Hutchinson that he was a little bit out in front of. And that's one of those games for a young prospect, or even Mervis in general last year, that he would have gone 0 for 5. You know what he did the next at-bat? He had a 419-foot homer through the wind. At-bat after that, single through the right side at 108 miles per hour. That's when you know the maturation process is taking shape. I'm really impressed by him as a person. I'm impressed by him as a teammate. And just seeing him as a pure hitter and how he's grown from non-prospect to big prospect to on the fringe of the big leagues, it's been really remarkable to watch, and I think he's an impact bat.
So I love everything you just said in terms of like,
well,
obviously. Well, what I was going to say is I love everything you said because you're right. I didn't know what he's doing different this year compared to last, but for you to be able to notice that on a daily basis, clearly that's something the Cubs wanted to see first. And now, based off what you just said, I mean, I'm just curious to how many more at bats the Cubs would want him to have to, I guess, just continue to get better at adjusting.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different parts to this. Remember, Matt Mervis is not on the 40-man roster. So it's not just as simply as bringing him up. You would have to designate somebody else for assignment or put somebody on the 60-day. So it's not as simple as like, okay, you're on the 40-man, we're going to bring you up. Eric Hosmer, you have options, we're going to send you down. You can't do that. So it's much more complex than that. And the old adage of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, as you said, these Cubs have been overachieving. So you don't want to mess up the continuity and everything going on in that locker room. I've been in that locker room. Eric Hosmer is very well respected. Now, does that mean that if he's gone, everything's going to go down in flames? I don't know that. But I do know that they're playing well with him in the lineup and they're playing well with him on the bench. So it'll be hard to make a move like that. I mean, that is a disruptive move. Yeah, you can't say that it's not. So this is a team that's 3 games over 500. And you guys alluded to it. I mean, they're getting great performances from Ian Happ. They're getting great performances from Nico Horner. Seiya Suzuki's coming back and playing. Cody Bellinger is playing like 2019 Cody Bellinger. You do not want to waste that. But having guys in that locker room like Eric Hosmer to keep everything afloat and steady, we don't know how important that is. And I think that's on the management. I think that's on David Ross to decide that.
Yeah. Alex,
for me,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say just one more on Mervis for me. A lot of the conversation is like, what else does Matt Mervis have to prove at AAA? Why isn't he in the major leagues? What more can he show them at AAA level before he gets that call up? So as someone that watches him every day, but also someone just generally understands where AAA is on that kind of stepping stone, what in your mind is left for Matt Mervis to do at the AAA level before he gets that call up to the big leagues?
I don't think it's at the plate. I really think it's defensively. I mean, this is a guy that in college didn't play much first base. Remember, he missed 2020. He didn't play that much in 2021. So this is a guy who's been an everyday first baseman for the better part of 13 months. So it's getting his footwork right over there. He's already done a really nice job, learning how to scoop and, with his footwork. It's a lot more than that. And I think Matt just getting at bats against left-handed pitching, especially guys who throw drunk, who throw sliders outside, making sure that there are no bad swings and misses. There are no uncomfortable at bats. I want to make sure that his walk rate and strikeout rate sustains. And I think the question was, can he hit left-handed pitching? I think he answered that. His first 2 home runs this year were a combined 9,000 feet against left-handed pitching. So I think it's just putting that all together and making sure he does that day in and day out, and just being in the situations where, Matt Mervis, if you're going up to the big leagues, you're going up there to drive in runs. So you have runners at first and third, 1 out, make sure that you put a good swing on the ball. And even if it is a ground ball to the left side, no double plays or turn, fly ball to the outfield, you're still driving in a run. Make sure that you are playing productive baseball and having productive at bats. And there's more to productive at bats than home runs, doubles, OPS, slugging percentage. A sacrifice fly is a productive at bat. So just keeping him on that mindset and making sure that he's not trying to hit every single pitch 6,000 feet, that a single through the right side or a single up the middle, with runners on second and third, is still really good for your team and really good for you. And I think that he's starting to learn that.